morning and welcome to Hudson's Bay Stadium. We're about to get to the starting lineups of this matchup here as the Hudson's Bay Eagles take on the Skyview Storm. We'll start with the Storm lineups first. At number 3, we have Anthony. And at number 5, Maddie Hendricks. Number 10, we have Ava Harmon. Number 15 with Kaz Parks. And finally, number 23 as Emily Norton. Next for the Eagles, number 1, May Kars. Number 11, Jadia Martin. Number 21, Peyton Ballard. Wearing number 3 tonight. And number 4, Camille Powell. Number 25, finally rounding out the lineup, Stacy Michele. Well, we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. I am one of your announcers, Jordan Ryan, joined by Julie Pagel. Julie, thank you for coming with us tonight. And this is an out-of-league matchup here, a 4A against a 3A school. Obviously, this doesn't count towards league, but what does this mean for both teams? What kind of game is this for them?
Well, it's a good test for both teams. Both had quite a bit of success last year, and we're looking forward to a good competitive matchup for sure.
So we'll see the tip right here between Camille Powell and Mikel Anthony. Skyview wins the tip. Parks with a quick 3, and that's in and out. And Ballard tries to pull down the rebound. That is out of bounds. Skyview ball.
Skyview head coach Brett Johnson never saw a three-point attempt he didn't like. Gotta love the fact that she went right up with that right away.
Hendricks down in the short corner. Can't get the roll, and the rebound is stolen by Ballard. Ballard working down that sideline, and we'll pull it back. Looks inside, and nothing there for Jadia Martin.
Nice job defensively by number 5, Maddie Hendricks of the Storm. Knocked that ball out of bounds.
Martin with the ball up top. She'll take the 3 herself, and that's off the rim and out of bounds. So Skyview with a quick defensive possession there as they'll take the ball. Parks up top. Hendricks crossover inside. Might have been a foul, nothing there, but Skyview will end up with the ball regardless. 18 seconds on the shot clock.
At least early on, looks like they're going to let them play.
Up top. No shot there. Board taken down by Powell. And nearly a backcourt violation. Powell ends up with it. Ballard lost her dribble, but looks like it was deflected actually. Powell with the rebound. A lot of bodies, and gets it up and in.
Good determination. Yeah, that was great determination. She was surrounded and still got it to go.
And Powell with the steal gets it to Martin. Quick turnover there. And timeout.
Early timeout for Skyview. Going to take a full timeout and talk about a couple different things. Looks like Coach Johnson isn't too happy.
And despite several possessions for both teams here, only 2 points on the board off of a putback layup by the Eagles. So slow offensive starts, but again, an early timeout, so still a lot of time left in this first quarter, of course.
Skyview thus far doing a good job on the offensive glass. Hudson's Bay playing tough defense, forcing a few turnovers.
So Skyview ball. Parks will take it. Hendricks at the top. Parks trying to go right. Floater, and that's up and in.
Pretty move on the baseline.
Martin gets in the middle. Slicing down into the lane. She'll pull it back. Almost lost it, and they'll set it up. It's a foul on Ava Harmon as she got a little too aggressive while Ballard was trying to set up the offense.
Skyview trying to pick up the defensive intensity.
So they'll stick with a 1-3-1 for now.
Force another turnover.
We'll see if Skyview can get any offensive traction here. Norton with the ball. Anthony in the corner. Offense remaining somewhat stagnant as Parks works it to Norton. Norton for three, and that's up and in. 3 points for Emily Norton.
Good patience by Skyview. You're right, they did look stagnant, but they knew what they were doing.
Norton with the steal, gets it to Harmon, out to Anthony for three, and that's another three-pointer for the Skyview Storm, and a quick timeout by the Eagles to stop that run as the Skyview Storm go up 2-7.
Well, they picked up the defensive intensity, forced a few turnovers, and there was a quick steal, nice pass to the open Anthony, and she hit a straight-on three-pointer. That looked good.
And Skyview is a formidable team as far as three-pointers go. If I were the Eagles, I would not want to be giving up that many three-point attempts, and that could be very well what they're talking about in the huddle right now.
Absolutely.
As well as getting their offense going.
I thought they had back-to-back threes. I thought it should be 8. Was the first one, was her foot on the line?
It might have been. I think Anthony's might have had her foot on the
Okay.
line, but I didn't see it. But
Yeah.
they did call it a 2 instead. So regardless, it's a 5-point lead, but 2 nice jumpers, we'll say, from this.
For sure.
Ballard facing a double team, fights her way through it, and she nearly lost it on the ground. And jump ball. Somehow the Eagles will keep it after a sloppy press break attempt. Martin with it. And Kaz Parks gets her hands on it. Parks leading the break to Hendricks on the left side. Can't get the backboard. Martin with the rebound.
Hendricks a little out of control on that shot.
And despite the poor Skyview possession earlier, the Eagles turn it right back over into the hands of the Storm. So they did change it.
Yeah.
It is 8-2 now. It was a three-pointer.
There's
Martin
a good
with a quick
steal.
steal. Martin looking to lead the fast break. Passes a little too quickly. Martin for three off the front rim. And it's tipped out. And that's going to go to Skyview.
Can't afford to give Jadia Martin that many open threes because she'll get hot. She'll start hitting them. It'll be one after another.
So far she's been 0 for 3 tonight, but
That'll turn around.
Anthony in the corner. Bounce pass. Tries to get it to Skylar Grossbeck, but that's going to end up right through her hands.
Good intention there.
Kaylee to Powell. Powell's got the whole court to herself. She'll take it, and there's a blocking foul on Anthony.
Good aggressive move by Powell that time. Took it right to the basket. Remembering from last year, she's a strong free throw shooter. Hopefully I didn't jinx her.
And definitely a foul there. She hits the first.
It's really nice form. She's only a sophomore, right?
I believe so, yeah. No, she's a junior.
She's a junior, okay.
Martin, step back, gets it to go over Cass Parks.
That was a tough look.
Parks up top. Guarded by May Parse. Goes back, can't seem to get a handle on it, and that's a jump ball.
Nice overplay on defense by Powell.
Six seconds left on the shot clock. Norton.
Skyview unaware.
That's it.
Skyview unaware of the shot clock that time. Good defense by the Eagles.
Eagles with another opportunity here, and they turn it over, but it hands right back in the hands of the Eagles. And that is right over the head of Camille Powell, who was unable to get that pass from Martin.
Both teams pressing just a little bit. I think they just need to relax and play. A lot of turnovers here in the first quarter.
Parks looks down low, it's not there. Powell gets the steal. So another turnover yet again. Neither team's really been able to do anything significant offensively as it's 5-8. Martin can't get the pass inside as it's deflected by Anthony. Eagles still with it. .16 on the shot clock. Eagles up top. Martin, jab steps, three, and that's long. Norton for three. Back rim, can't get it, and she can't get the rebound either. It's up in the other whether anybody deflected that. Looks like it was last off of Skyview.
Good job by the officials to check it out with each other before anybody made a call.
Skip pass over to Karst. Martin inside. Powell, short jumper, and that's way over the rim. Skyview with the ball again. And Labrador Hallett will set up the offense. Norton turns down a three, double teamed. And for three, that is McPherson.
Very nice rotation on the Skyview side there. Get the ball back reversed.
Another skip pass to Karst in the middle. Free throw line jumper, no good. Anthony with a strong rebound.
Sticky hands there. That was not an easy rebound.
And speaking of sticky hands, there's Martin. Bounce pass inside to Karst. Tries to get it to go, and that's over. 35 seconds. Anthony up the floor. Anthony, Euros, fades, gets it to go somehow.
Should have been an and one, too. There was a lot of contact. No whistle.
Ballard gives a wild pass to Martin, and that's a turnover. Clock was running for a bit there. Stops at 19.8.
This has been a quick quarter.
It looks like Skyview's finally finding their footing, and at the right time, too. And a three for McPherson. Powell brings down the rebound. Ballard splits the defense, lobs it up, and there's nothing there. That will end the first quarter. So an fast-paced and turnover-ridden first quarter for both teams as the Storm go up by 13-5. So we'll take a look at some of the highlights here. There's that floater from Kaz Parks and the three from Norton, as well as the three from Anthony.
Both way behind the three-point line. Those were nice shots.
Then Martin with her only points of the game so far. Skyview again with another three. And finally this fading Euro step there by Anthony. So a couple nice shots from her, as she currently has 5 points right now.
Entertaining first quarter. I'm sure both teams are talking about taking care of the basketball, especially Hudson's Bay. They didn't get too many shots up that quarter.
And a lot of shots at the end of that quarter were long, just rush shots. So yes, obviously calming down against what can be sometimes an overwhelming Storm defense is key here.
Absolutely. Bay just got the nice putback from Powell and the 1-3 from Martin and really didn't have too many other good looks.
Ballard facing tough D's from Parks, and that forces her into a turnover as she passes it over Powell. Parks inside to Grossbeck. Grossbeck posting up, left hook, and that is wildly off. The tip out ends right into Martin's hands. She'll take it down, looking for a foul. Euro and one.
Are they going to call that before the?
And it looks like they might.
Yikes. That's a tough call.
As Acid.
Oh, called it on the
person
side.
Was looking for a charge. Martin will take a three, short. She ends up with it again, floater, short again, and finally gets the putback to go after 3 attempts.
She had to work way too hard for that basket.
Parks up top. And Labrador Hallett can't get it to go. Martin with another rebound.
Very aggressive rebound by Jadia Martin that time.
Martin tries to get it to Powell, but that's deflected. And it'll be eagle ball.
Skyview really trying to get Hudson's Bay out of sync with this trapping half-court defense.
Johnson-Brown, and that's stolen by Skylar Grossbeck. Grossbeck with a high dribble a couple times there. Gets it inside to Hendricks, and that's off the rim. Grossbeck gets the board. She's taken to the ground there on a shooting foul, so she'll shoot 2. Nice pass by Grossbeck, able to get that putback, which will end up in 2 free throws.
That was a really pretty pass by Grossbeck, anticipating the open player on her left. And unfortunate that her teammate couldn't put that in.
So Grossbeck misses the first. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left in the half. And she misses the second again, back iron. And Johnson-Brown will out of control there, gets it to Martin. Martin slicing inside, and she's fouled before the pass.
Frustrating for Hudson's Bay, as they had an easy layup there if they let that one go. Had a couple calls kind of not go in their favor. They're fighting back.
And that foul was clearly, before the play. Powell, the quick lob and shot, nothing there again. Parks with the ball, she'll take it up the floor. Parks up top. Aside from a floater, she's been relatively quiet so far. Storm passing it around. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Parks with a long three, that's back rim. Martin with another rebound. She has been all over the boards tonight.
She certainly has.
Eagles looking for some offense here. Martin gets it to Johnson-Brown.
She had a good look, just was a little bit long, got the bracket.
Hendricks, long two, and that's way off. Labrador Hallett, that also is off there, and Eagles ball.
Skyview certainly getting a lot of shots up, and if you don't shoot a high percentage, you just have to take a lot of shots, and that's what they're doing thus far.
Well, they have not scored in the second half as of yet. The Eagles, on the other hand, have had 2 points, which isn't saying much. Neither team has really been very much of a threat offensively. Johnson-Brown pivots. She's double teamed, and that's stolen by the Storm. Ava Harmon takes it up the floor. Harmon gets it to Parks. Parks guarded a good distance outside the three-point line. Harmon gets it to Parks. Parks with an open look, and nothing there. The Storm are not able to get to that rebound, and the Eagles end up turning another Storm possession into an empty one.
Parks looks like she's got good form and a quick release. She's just been a little bit long. I'm sure she'll settle down, start hitting those.
Martin facing a lot of pressure. Stolen by Hendricks. Hendricks up the floor. She'll get it to Parks. Looks low to Harmon. Harmon can't find anything there. And Skyview will reset the offense. Hendricks hands it off, and that's a high arcing shot for Norton. And Martin with another rebound, and this time she'll draw a foul.
She got clocked on the head there by number 5, Maddie Hendricks of Skyview. 5 team fouls on the Storm, only 1 on the Eagles.
Well, the Storm have certainly been aggressive, if not anything. Martin looks inside, tough shot. An odd angle, can't get it to go. And another scoreless possession for the Eagles. Parks hands it off to Norton. She's picked up by Johnson-Brown. Norton for 3. And finally, the Storm have scored in the second period.
That ends the futility of the second quarter for Skyview.
Step back 3 for Martin, way short, and ends up out of the hands of Kaz Parks.
I think Ava Harmon might have got a piece of that. Good defense from Skyview.
And Hudson's Bay is going to call a quick 30-second timeout there. Norton with another nice 3. That's her second of the game. Well, make sure you stick around for halftime. Our interns have put together video previews for both of these teams, and we'll have a chance to see what players and coaches have to say about this young season. It's also a chance for our interns to show off the skills they've been building as a part of this program, so make sure to tune into that come halftime.
What a great program it is. Fun to watch these kids do their work.
It is certainly an opportunity that I relish, and I think that I can speak for a lot of people when they say that they really enjoy doing this and coming here. Powell, triple team to the side. Johnson-Brown drives. Martin for another 3, short. Harmon looking right. Hendricks down the lane, reverse layup, and that's way off. Martin might have caused that layup to be a little more rushed than it should have. Martin gets it to Ballard, step back, and that's short. Parks looking to push it up the floor. Parks inside to Hendricks, and she misses again, gets her own rebound. Anthony almost considers the three from about 3 steps back. Parks takes it instead, and it's good.
Nice assist for Anthony, good decision, and there's Parks with the three-pointer.
So a tough game for Hendricks so far, but she was able to get that block there, and obviously the rebound that ended up in a couple passes and a 3 for Kaz Parks.
Jadia Martin for the Eagles getting a little bit frustrated. She thought she got hit on that.
Johnson Brown for 3. Anthony gets it to Parks. Parks decides to slow it down. Minute 35 left to go in the half. Norton looks in the corner. Anthony gets it out for 3. Can't get that there as McPherson.
Another strong rebound for Powell.
Ballard drives and bounce passes it to no one as it goes out of bounds. Another turnover for Ballard.
Sure, Ballard thought there was some contact there, but the officials are letting them play. Gotta like that.
So McPherson will take it up the floor. Harmon. Anthony up top and nearly turns it over. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Skyview hasn't found anything. Ball's loose. Anthony on the floor, and that's a jump ball. A lot of aggressive actions on that play there.
2 seconds left on the shot clock. Catch and shoot.
Enough time for maybe a dribble if needed. Skyview will stack it up. And the lob ends up right in the hands of Peyton Ballard. Ballard, clear up the floor. Layup is a little short. And nearly stolen is the ball. It is stolen. Powell gets it. Can't get the layup off the front of the rim. And Ballard, with the offensive rebound, is fouled.
She kept battling. She didn't give up on that. Only the 6th-team foul, so they're still going to be inbounding.
And the turnover from Tanaria Deloney by Skyview ended up in that play. Martin with the floater finally gets that one to go, and the Eagles, after not scoring for several minutes, finally go down 9-14.
They needed that basket.
Anthony, tough shot. Martin chucks it down the floor after the buzzer, and that will wrap up the half. So right now, Skyview up by 10 on Hudson's Bay 4. Well, there's a lot of basketball coming up, but we're going to take a quick break. In the meantime, enjoy these interviews with players and coaches from the teams you're seeing tonight, courtesy of our VPS Game Time interns. Enjoy the halftime show, and we'll see you in the second half. But first, let's take a look at these highlights. So, obviously, Skyview Storm, some of the first quarter highlights here. First couple threes of the game. The 3 from Anthony. And Martin with one of her few shots of the game so far.
A lot of threes from the Storm.
And the putback by Martin. She's only had 6 so far this game, but that's 6 of the 9 Eagle total points. so not a lot of offense coming elsewhere. Kaz Parks with the 3. So an excellent game so far. Take a look at these interviews, and we'll see you in the second half.
Hi, I'm Miley Brodniak, an intern with VPS Game Time. Today we're previewing the girls' basketball team at Hudson's Bay. It is considered by many this year to be one of the best in the state at the 3A level. But they're not just here to win, they're here to persevere.
We ended the season really good, and losing that last game right before the state tournament, I think it kind of lit a fire under all of us.
For the most part, the girls' team had a successful run last year, but they lost a shot at the tournament at the end of the year. But instead of letting their losses get them down, the girls' team is determined to bounce back even stronger than before.
Last season was a really good season, but we lost the game to go to the Dome by 3, so that was kind of eye-opening, and this year I want to get revenge.
It isn't just the team itself that's bouncing back from adversity. Player Anaya Hampton, who isn't quite back yet from an injury, won't give up.
Yeah, I tore my Achilles at the beginning of last club season, so I'm out for 2 seasons, but I'll be back for league.
Many members of the team don't see last year's defeat as a loss, but as an opportunity for growth.
I want us to be able to come together during adversity, which I know that we're going to face in our away games, and just be able to overcome that as a team.
The team is determined to push even further than before, and their coaches think they have what it takes to do just that.
This is our most talented team yet.
A lot of talent, 6, 7 players that are very good, that could be starters.
Their determination has left a positive impact on their teamwork, their performance, and their school as a whole.
A lot of people go back and they're like, the girls' basketball team could do it, we can do it too. So we're changing those attitudes, changing that mentality, and Eagle Rise, we're on the rise. You can see the Bay girls play twice this season on VPS Game Time broadcasts. Thanks for watching. I'm Miley Brodniak.
Hi, I'm Jesus Resendez-Eiler, and I'm an intern with VPS Game Time. Today we're going to preview the Skyview girls basketball team.
I want to make it to state. I want to win.
The Skyview girls basketball team is very hopeful for this upcoming season.
This year our goals is to make it to state playoffs and won't settle for nothing less.
Last year the Skyview girls basketball team finished 17-7 and made it to district playoffs, and they want more this season.
We have everybody but one girl coming back, so we should be okay this year.
One way the Skyview's basketball team plans on reaching their goals is through their practices.
We practice 6 days a week. Typical practice is we go through our pregame warm-up at the start of every practice. Then we go through basic drills for footwork, and then we go through passing drills, and then we do defense, and then we run our plays and fast break.
Team captain Kaz Parks also believes practice is a good way to bond with her teammates.
Everyone challenges everyone, and even though it seems like harsh right now because we don't have the mindset yet, and we have incoming freshmen, that makes things harder for us seniors to be like, hey, you need to do this, this, and this. But I feel like it's everyone's energy and everyone encouraging everyone else.
Kaz also has plans on how she's going to lead this team to their goal.
I want to become a better leader, and I want to be able to encourage my girls without getting seriously mad at them, where I'm just yelling as if I would just coach, but I'm not. I'm just a player.
But to coach Brett Johnson, the girls on this team are more than just players.
Watching the girls grow and watching them graduate. I got a girl that graduated last year, and she's a firefighter this year, and she keeps in touch. So.
You can watch the Storm against their rival, Columbia River, on Friday, December 13th, courtesy of VPS Game Time. It will be live on Comcast Channel 328 and the VPS Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter pages, starting at 6. Thanks for watching. I'm Jesus Resendez-Eiler.
Hi everybody, it's time for a quick look inside Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Vole. Behavior is one of the most important elements of a child's development. And at Eisenhower Elementary School, they were looking for a way to motivate kids to demonstrate their best behavior. They found what they were looking for on social media.
Drum roll, Miss Woods.
It's an exciting morning at Eisenhower Elementary School. Over the PA system, for the very first time, students are learning whether they've been selected for a special honor.
I thought that I had a chance. but the total surprise was I was the first to be called.
Tyler J. Come on up to the office, my friend.
In the front lobby of the school is a brand new vending machine. Inside, you won't find candy or soda. These winners put a token in the machine and pick their very own book.
I love books and I like to read them, so that's why I was so excited to get the award to get this book.
They weren't selected at random, but rather were rewarded for demonstrating positive behavior. Cayman saw a classmate with a problem and decided to help.
When we were in the cafeteria for lunch yesterday, I tied his shoe because he needed help, so I heard him say, "Can someone tie my shoe?" And then I did it for him because I wanted to be helpful.
The vending machine is part of the school's emphasis on positive behavior.
High five.
Behavior is learned, and if inappropriate behavior is learned, then appropriate behavior can be learned. Motivation for doing that is what we're looking at with this machine.
I'm trying to do my best because sometimes I get out of control, so I am glad that people see the way that I try to be good.
As far as they can tell, this is the first book vending machine on the West Coast, an idea sent to school librarian Melissa Woods on social media.
And said, how cool would this be? And I was like, yeah, pipe dream, because they're expensive.
But the Foundation for Vancouver Public Schools and the Eisenhower PTA pitched in to buy the machine, which gives kids a longer-lasting reward than a piece of candy or small toy.
For me, as a librarian, it's just super cool to see kids get excited about books.
These are forever books.
If you want, you can bring it home, and it's really fun to bring stuff home when you learn something.
Yeah! I even have a necklace that says Reading Rocks.
Eisenhower has enough books to last a while, and they're working on donations for the long term. If you're interested in contributing, you can contact the school. Hey, check this out. It is our favorite post from social media. If you are looking for something to do with your kids this holiday break, the City of Vancouver runs a bunch of great camps at their facilities. This one in the picture here at the Marshall Center. It's a fun way to keep your kids busy and learning during the holiday break and to keep yourself at a low stress level. Hey, if you're on social media, why not follow Vancouver Public Schools? We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, I'm Nick Vole.
We are preparing students for the future.
We are pursuing our dreams.
We are keeping our systems running smoothly so students can learn.
We are making sure the kids have the nutrition they need to learn.
We are keeping our kids safe and secure.
We are keeping our kids healthy and active.
We are ready for the future.
We are
Vancouver Public Schools.
We are Vancouver Public Schools.
All right, welcome back to Hudson's Bay High School, as so far the Skyview Storm have taken a 10-point lead, 19-9 on this Eagle home floor. The Eagles have not come out yet, but the third quarter is just about to start, and we're going to get another half of basketball and see if the Eagles can come back. Not a particularly explosive half offensively for either team. We'll see if that can change as we head into this third quarter.
First thing first, we need to get the Eagles out here on the floor. It'll be interesting to see how long the officials give them a little bit of grace period here, but this is a delay. Here we go.
And the Eagles are running out onto the floor, at least three of them, and the rest of the team is out. They were a little late out for warm-ups as well, but they may have quite a few things to talk about. This game is still very much within reach for the Eagles, but if the Storm get much more going offensively, it could be a quick game for both sides. Martin gets the back door floater and gets to go with the right hand from nearly the elbow.
Great catch. That was not an easy pass. Great catch and bucket.
Norton up top. Hendricks for 3. Can't get that one to go, but it's closer than some of her other attempts today. Johnson Brown down to Powell. Powell goes right through the hands of Michele. Storm basketball.
Hudson's Bay has got to take better care of the basketball if they want to overtake the Storm here. They're really fortunate to only be down 8 the way they've played to this point.
Harmon with the screen. Parks gets it in the corner. Back up top. Looks inside Anthony, a laser pass. Draws the foul on Powell there.
Outstanding entry pass from Parks, and Michele did a great job of posting up her defender, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Misses the first of 2. A lot of noise from the Hudson's Bay fans, and a long pass as Martin tries to jump the gun a little too quickly. Powell not ready for it. So we'll see if the Storm can score here. They struggled to score as of the second quarter for quite some time. The roll, Hendricks is held up by Michele.
Both in the first and second quarter, Jordan, Skyview scored in spurts. It was like dead for quite a while, and then boom, 2 or 3 3-pointers and stretching that lead out.
Anthony take that into a backcourt violation. Actually, they don't call it.
Not sure why, because she touched it in the front court. I'm with you.
Storm with the ball regardless, and that's going to end up being a foul on Johnson Brown.
Entire first half, Hudson's Bay was only whistled for 1 foul.
Not a ton of contact there, but enough to justify a foul. Norton, another pass almost ends up in the backcourt. Anthony in the corner, looks right side baseline, and a double dribble as she picked it up twice.
Good defense by Hudson's Bay to cut off that baseline, force that double dribble.
Ballard almost turns it over, but a foul on Harmon beforehand. So the Eagles will get another shot at this with a fresh shot clock. Ballard gets some room to run. Layup, too strong, but she has 2 free throws coming.
She also did a good job of taking the ball right to the basket, creating that contact. She's going to get 2 free throws.
Well, Ballard has had a tough night. A lot of turnovers. She was able to get some free space there. We'll see if she can score. And she gets that first free throw to go.
Nice rotation on that shot.
Peyton Ballard on the second, and it's good. Storm get it in quickly. Harmon in the corner. Back up to Kaz Parks. Parks, deep 3, no good there, and she's been oddly quiet tonight. Only 5 points so far. Martin bobbles the ball a couple times, ends up shooting it, but can't get that shot either. Parks in the fast break to Norton. Pump fakes. Back out to Anthony for 3. And that's short, just off the front of the rim.
Coach Johnson is telling her she needs to shoot that ball. I agree.
Johnson Brown double teamed. A lot of contact again, and a warranted foul on Emily Norton.
Looks like the officials are going to call it a lot closer here in the second half. 3 team fouls apiece. Not even halfway through the third quarter.
The Eagles only down by 6 at this point here. But Skyview hasn't scored yet either, so the Eagles have been able to chip away. A steal by Harmon. She's got room to run, turns on the jets, and the layup is off. Parks ends up with the rebound, fades, wild layup, and that's missed. And a foul on Maddie Hendricks.
A little bit of a frustration foul that time for Skyview. Should have had an easy layup, couldn't get it to go.
So the Eagles end up with the basketball again. Ballard over, bounce pass to Powell, ends up in nothing. A great pass from Martin.
Beautiful no-look pass, that's a killer.
Grossbeck pump fakes, and it's deflected by Johnson Brown. Anthony ends up with the ball, and a jump ball is finally called after Anthony ends up with it on the floor for quite some time.
Getting a little chippy.
And there's the scramble right there. And finally the jump ball between Anthony and Michele. Grossbeck, open in the 3. Norton drives, 2 people on her, and up is McPherson. Martin drives, and it's lost to Brown, or excuse me, not to Brown, to Anthony. Parks with a wide open look, and that's an air ball right there. Martin was able to get in the picture.
Too bad for Ballard. She had that rebound, but just had her heel on that end line. Is going to give the ball back to Skyview. They've been in quite a scoring drought here in the third quarter.
The roll to McPherson, and finally Skyview scores.
They needed that.
Hard trap from Skyview. Anthony with it. Ends up in Norton's hands. Grossbeck has it. Parks for 3. She's guarded. And hit the top of the backboard. No call. Travel.
Oh, boy.
And Powell slams the ball on the ground and gets a technical. That ball went a clear 10, 12 feet. Hard to miss for the referees there, and that is not good for the Eagles.
Hudson Bay coaches are frustrated with that travel call, but I think they need to address their player. You know, you got to keep your cool.
So Kaz Parks will shoot the free throw for Skyview, and she gets the first one to go. And there's the reaction from Powell. Parks gets the second free throw to go.
This is a potential 5-point play here.
And the Storm have scored 4 in the last 20 seconds or so. Norton pump fakes. Anthony pump fakes also, loses the ball out of bounds. And she just couldn't quite get a handle on it.
Good hustling defense by the Eagles that time. They needed it.
Avery Wilson comes in for Michele Anthony. Ballard on the left side. Ballard trips, and there's a foul. A lot of Skyview players are wondering where that came from. We'll take a look at that again.
That's a tough call. Looked like she just lost her balance. Right now, neither bench is happy with the officiating, but it's really just sloppy play.
The Eagles have an opportunity to respond here. They're down by 10. Ballard shot, and that's too long. Board goes to Wilson. Wilson pushes it up the floor to Grossbeck, who saves it. Parks for 3 up top. Nothing there. Ballard ends up with the rebound. Pushing the fast break on the other end is Ballard. Inside, and that's off the bottom of the backboard. A wild shot. Parks weaving inside. Grossbeck blocked by Martin as she ends up on the floor. Skyview will keep the ball after a wild turn of events there. Neither team can score.
Nice job of threading the needle by Parks that time. It was a good catch, but no finish.
And there's the pass inside and the block by Martin. Martin with another deflection. And that takes another 2 seconds off the shot clock. Labrador Hallett in the corner. Norton looks to Parks. Parks wide open. And finally she gets it through to go. 26-13 Skyview. Johnson Brown scans the floor. Martin off the screen and roll. Martin faces a wall in the form of Kaz Parks, and that's a foul.
They're going to call that on the drive. That's going to be the 16th foul against the Storm.
And Bay looking inside. Ballard open for a quick second there. Shot in and out by Kars. Rebounds everywhere. Finally, Johnson Browns ends up with it. Martin, floater off the backboard.
She's got that little Bob Cousy floater. She's hit 3 of them now like that. Nice job of using the backboard that time.
And Martin doing everything she can to keep Hudson's Bay in this game so far, but the Storm have stayed a good distance away. And off the backboard, Emily Norton gets the shot there. Might have been some contact after the play, but they'll continue here. Johnson Brown pushes it up the floor. And Ballard will slow it down. Ballard inside to Powell. Off the backboard, and the Eagles respond just like that. Parks nearly dribbles out of bounds with that one there, able to save it.
Walked a tightrope on that sideline. Good balance.
Norton travels before she can get the shot up.
Good call by the official. I thought she was close a couple times earlier.
Eagles have the ball here. Martin splits 2 and draws a foul.
That's going to be the 7th team foul. That's going to send Jadia Martin to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And that's going to allow Hudson's Bay to get back in this ball game. Still a long way to go.
And a minute 35 plus another quarter to play. Martin with an opportunity to possibly get 2 here, assuming she makes this first one. She does.
Solid free throw shooter. Really helps out her average. See so many kids nowadays that cannot shoot free throws.
Martin misses the second. Parks pushes it up the floor. And that is off by Jordan Labrador Hallett. Storm keep the basketball. Storm look confused. Nobody's really moving. And a 3 by Wilson ends up nowhere. Martin pushes it down the floor, and that's a pass that's a little too strong and too high for Powell. Quick turnover, and the Storm end right back up with the basketball.
That's the second time Martin had somebody out in front, but she just got a little too excited and threw it over the end line.
Parks guarded by Johnson Brown, and there's a foul call. The Storm will end up with the ball, so it looks like the foul's on the Eagles.
Trying to fight through that screen. They called a little push off.
Johnson Brown beaten by Parks. Parks can't get the layup to go too strong, and Wilson with the foul, trying to recover the rebound. So more free throws for the Eagles.
That's the way they can get back into this game. I know Hudson's Bay hasn't strung a lot of points together, but if they can score at the free throw line, they can chip away at this lead.
Ballard back in the game for Bay. May Kars misses the first, so no opportunity to score there. Labrador Hallett. Grossbeck up top, faced by Martin, who nearly blocked that shot, might have gotten a piece of it. The board is taken down by Powell, and she finally gets the foul call there after having several Storm players swarm her.
I like the fact that Skyview is staying aggressive, but they also have to be a little smarter than that. They're in the bonus, and the next foul they'll be in the double bonus. There's 36 seconds left. That was a silly foul.
So Camille Powell gets the first and puts the Eagles within 10. Misses the second. Ava Harmon tracks down the rebound. Wilson inside to Grossbeck. Passes it out. Parks for three. Back iron. Ballard with the rebound. And that ball is deflected, but remains in Bay possession.
19 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Hudson's Bay with an opportunity here. Cut
Martin
into
up top.
that.
And the Eagles don't appear to be in a hurry to score.
Gonna hold for the last shot. Don't know.
Martin, a deep three, and that is a brick. She shoots again, and nothing there. Wilson can't get a shot up, and Kaz Parks is down on the sideline as she tried to contest that three. That is not a good sign. She's on the Eagles sideline right now.
She's really hurting. Looked like she landed wrong, turned her ankle maybe. Hope it's her ankle, not her knee.
And right now we'll take a look at some highlights. There's Parks right there for three. This is third quarter. And the bank in three by Emily Norton. Parks is on her feet and walking, which is a very good sign. She had some knee problems as of last year, but this doesn't appear to be the knee from what I can tell.
Looked like she was holding her left ankle, at least originally.
And it's quite possible she could have landed on the foot or just landed awkwardly while trying to contest Martin's final attempt. So with Parks off the floor, she hasn't had an excellent game as of yet, but that could be a blow for Skyview and a possible opportunity for the Eagles if they're able to capitalize on it, or capitalize on the Storm's potential lack of points.
Well, she hasn't had a great scoring game, but she has done a good job of playing defense, rebounding, distributing the ball, so they will definitely miss her.
Martin, tough shot, blocked. And she can't get that rebound. Anthony pushing it up the floor. Anthony to Hendricks. Hendricks inside to Grossbeck. Grossbeck's blocked by Powell. And Martin will bring it down the floor at her own pace. Martin, triple teamed, rolls in and out, and Michele ends up with the board. Ballard surrounded and fouled.
We got a long way to go, and the way they're blowing the whistle now looks to be that Hudson's Bay is going to shoot a lot of free throws in this fourth quarter. Skyview giving them every opportunity to get back in this thing.
10 fouls for the Storm. So Ballard will be shooting 2 regardless. Gets the first, and the Eagles are within 9. This has been an incredibly low-scoring game for both teams, only getting 20 and 29 points going early into this fourth quarter. I believe that clock is not correct.
A lot of turnovers and a lot of missed shots.
Norton up top. Armin to McPherson. Driving. Faced by a lot of players there, and Martin rips it out of her hands. Martin pushing it down the floor, weaving between defenders, Euro, and a collision with Hendricks. And it looks like the Eagles will get the favorable call, and the foul will be on Maddie Hendricks. Let's take a look at that again as Hendricks just thrown to the floor.
Well, it's very interesting, the difference in the way this game has been called in the first half and the second half. A lot of whistles here in the second half. See who can adjust better.
And Anthony ended up on the floor there. So Martin was able to get the first, but not the second.
In the meanwhile, it looks like Parks has been retaped and hopefully should be able to come back on the floor.
Hendricks gets the shot and one. So Skyview finally able to respond there. And Hendricks ending up on the other end of a foul here with an opportunity to make it a 3-point play.
Big basket for Skyview.
She gets the free throw to go. Hendricks with that nice floater and a timeout for the Eagles. So completing that play there, the Storm go right back up by 10. Let's take a moment to recognize the students working on tonight's broadcast. Most of them are students in the district's video production programs who are learning about careers in television. In addition to the students on cameras tonight, we have more back in the control room, directing, running replays, graphics, and audio. Over the course of this year, students from at least 8 middle and high schools will participate. So thank you to all of these students for giving their time to bring local sports to our community.
They do a great job, volunteer a lot of hours. Good stuff.
So 6 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in this ball game here, and the Eagles have yet to come within any closer than 6 points.
And that was early in the third quarter, so they've had some opportunities. They've squandered quite a few of them at the free throw line.
Well, their response will have to happen here and now or very soon. Johnson Brown taking it up the floor. Martin facing a double team, passes it to no one. Ballard ends up chasing it down. Ballard on the floor, and Michele will be shooting free throws.
Skyview just a second too late. 2 more free throws for Hudson's Bay.
And number 25, Stacia Michele, draws that foul. She'll be shooting 2. Gets the first for the Eagles. And Parks is back in the game for Skyview.
It's nice to see.
Parks, number 15, at the top of your screen, passing it down to Norton. And a lot of steps there. Powell ends up with the rebound anyway. Martin looks to Johnson Brown. She faces two. Flat floater, can't get it to go. And she tracks down the rebound, is fouled. Misses the shot, she'll shoot two.
Good hustle that time. She didn't quit on it. Just a freshman, only 5'4", and she was mixing it up with the tall trees.
And she ripped that rebound right out of Parks' hands. We'll take a quick look at that play again. As a lot of bodies in there and was able to somehow end up with it. Misses the first free throw, gets the second.
Bay inching back into this thing.
Parks up top, facing tough pressure. And the Eagles turning up their defense here. Anthony ends up top alone, driving left, and gets it to go. And despite the tough defense on the guards, Anthony was able to slice her way inside and end up with at least 2 more points.
Anthony is just a very athletic player. She's a great softball player, going to be playing softball in college. Just does a fabulous job on the floor.
Well, she misses a 3-point opportunity. Storm up by 9 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. And the scoop layup from Johnson Brown is good. And Martin with the steal goes right off the foot of the ref.
That's just bad luck for Hudson's Bay. Nothing you can do about that.
Parks facing some tough D from Johnson Brown, who remains constantly aggressive. And that puts Parks onto the line. For a 1-and-1.
What was a really quick first half has really ground to a halt. So many whistles in this second half.
Misses that first free throw, so the Eagles with another opportunity to score here. Martin facing almost every defensive Storm player on the floor. Norton skip pass to Anthony. Anthony deflected inside, and just in the mix there is Johnson Brown to get that tie ball.
Gonna stay with Skyview on the alternate possession.
And that ball was deflected. Brown right on top of it. The Storm here with the ball. Inside to McPherson, who misses it. She gets her own rebound, and that one goes in.
Perseverance that time.
Ballard facing some tough D from Parks, and a foul on Kaz Parks. Hand check. It'll end up in 2 free throws for the Eagles. Time is running a lot shorter for the Eagles here. They're going to need every point they can get at this point in the game. And Ballard will get the friendly home bounce.
Don't want to jinx her, but Ballard has done a good job of shooting free throws to this point.
Second attempt, back rim, nothing there.
Jinxed her. A lot of that from Hudson's Bay, 1 and done.
Eagles down by 8. Storm have held on to their lead pretty well so far tonight. McPherson. Nothing there. Eagles with the ball, 4:10 left to go.
been a long time since Hudson's Bay had a field goal.
And there's Jadia Martin again on that putback attempt. So 2 more free throws possibly could put the Eagles within 6, which is the closest they've been, aside from the first quarter being the first 5 points of the game. And she gets the first. Clean swish. May Karst comes in for Stacia Michele. And another made free throw for Martin.
Halfway point of the 4th quarter. Here we go.
Eagles, tough defense. Parks looks inside, floater over the top, and Martin ends up with yet another rebound. Three minutes, 30 seconds left to go. 6-point ball game. Martin, jumper is good. 4-point game. And Martin has clawed the Eagles back into this. And the Storm have not scored in quite some time.
Surprised the Storm haven't called a timeout here.
Parks loses it, and Ballard gets the steal, a foul on Parks, and this has been a difficult game for her. So Peyton Ballard will shoot 2 here.
Another step in the parade of free throw shooting for Hudson's Bay here in this second half.
Ballard gets the first.
All of a sudden, all the momentum going Bay's way.
And Maddie Hendricks will come into the ball game for Ava Harmon.
Sitting at a 1-possession game right now.
Ballard the second, back rim, and on the floor is McPherson. Over the top, and she gets it to go. So after missing the free throw, Ballard makes the layup. It's a 1-point ball game, and we're just under 3 minutes left to go.
Eagle fans have come alive.
Wild Skyview layup on the floor. Powell has it, and a foul on Skyview. The Eagles have their first opportunity of the night to take the lead right here. Powell's been pretty strong at the free throw line all night. She hasn't missed yet, 4 for 4.
I'd be curious to see what the free throw shooting attempts are. It's quite a disparity here in this game.
And there's that running layup from Ballard. And the Eagles tie this game up. And this is not what you want to see if you're the Skyview Storm right now.
Got to give Hudson's Bay a lot of credit. They've battled back.
And that free throw is off. Ballard puts it back up, and she'll be shooting too. So after a tough first quarter, especially for Ballard, she has really been a driving force for the Eagles here alongside Martin, putting up several of these last couple points. And she misses the opportunity to take the lead there.
Well, we definitely have not seen a free throw shooting clinic tonight by either team. Skyview's got a box out this time.
The Eagles with a chance to take the lead. And they do. Parks dribbling hard. Hendricks up top. Hendricks, nice bounce pass to Parks, and she finally gets that left-handed layup to go. An excellent pocket pass by Maddie Hendricks. The Eagles only down by 1. Ballard facing 2. Ava Harmon gets in the mix, and that's a jump ball.
That last play was the best play of the game. Makes you wonder why Skyview hasn't been running that play all day.
And a timeout. As both teams will take a quick break after a thrilling end of this game. Not a lot of scoring so far, but let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule for VPS Game Time. Our next matchup is the heated Hudson's Bay and Fort Vancouver rivalry game featuring the boys basketball teams. It tips off at 7 p.m. on January 10th, and you can watch it on Comcast Channel 328 or the VPS Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. So make sure to tune into that, our next big Hudson's Bay matchup with the boys.
That should be a good one. Fort boys basketball team has had some pretty exciting games this year. Beat Mark Morris, that was a big upset. Trying to get things turned around after a rough season last year.
So the Eagles will take this ball and bounce here. They're down by 1 with 2:18 left to go. Martin is being guarded by Parks, and that ball is deflected and off of the Skyview Storm.
Good switch that time by Skyview.
And a whistle.
Like a warning that time against Skyview.
An inadvertent second went off the shot clock there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's been reset to 30. Johnson Brown tied up by Harmon, and another jump ball. This one will go in Skyview's favor. That's the second jump ball Harmon's been able to get herself into.
It's a big play that time.
And Ballard will stay up to guard Kaz Parks. Parks looks like she's running pretty well. Norton for 3, and that's way, way off. Martin looking for some kind of contact there, nothing. Martin will bring it up the floor. Martin, floater, and she somehow gets to go over contact.
Wow.
Parks beats Ballard off the bounce, and a foul on the ground. Parks will be shooting a 1-and-1. She has not had a lot of help bringing the ball up the floor the last several possessions.
She's moving okay, but you can tell she's hurting. She keeps trying to stretch out that ankle.
Parks misses a key free throw, minute 30, and a foul by Harmon as she gets a little too physical trying to guard Martin. So Martin with another opportunity to score 2 more and make this a 3-point ball game. The Storm have had a decent 3-point game so far in comparison to the Eagles, which has been pretty much nothing, but it's not something the Storm really want to rely on.
That's for sure. Skyview should get a little bit of a boost with Anthony coming back into the game.
Martin can't get the first. Another free throw, and that's back iron. Martin misses 2, a rare occurrence for her as of tonight. Storm are only down by 1. Hendricks, pump fakes, nothing there. Anthony inside against Powell. Anthony gets it to go and 1.
Really athletic move by Anthony that time. Posted up her defender and would not be denied.
And an instant impact from Anthony as she came to this ball game. Parks will take a break.
Did they count that basket? Shouldn't, there we go.
They just did, there we go.
That was slow.
And a buzzer going off at the box.
5th personal.
Parks walking up and down that sideline. We'll see how long she stays out of here.
Not the 5th foul on the Eagle.
Anthony misses. Norton almost gets that board. Powell ends up with it instead. Martin down to Johnson Brown and a travel. Storm ends up with the ball, and this game has been very exciting as of late. The Skyview Storm call a timeout as they're up by 1 with just over a minute to go in this game right here.
So now it's hang on time if you're Skyview, and it's somebody make a play if you're Hudson's Bay here. See what they're drawing up there in that Skyview huddle.
And there's the travel as the Eagles turn that ball over. So the Storm have the basketball here. Obviously, the Eagles are going to have to lock in defensively for at least one possession. You know, as the score can tell, neither team has really scored very much or very well as of this game. So to assume that there will be a couple more possessions where either team could score would be unreasonable. And it's quite likely that this could be defined by one more bucket on the other side, on either side.
Well, if you're Hudson's Bay, you just got to play good defense, get a steal or a rebound, and then come back and take the lead. Parks back into the game to handle the ball for Skyview.
So 9 fouls for the Eagles. They have a foul to give before we're in 2 free throw foul territory. Parks with it up top. Hendricks now. Anthony to Parks. That goes off of her foot. On the floor is Ballard with Anthony, and Johnson Brown also ends up in the mix. Ballard taking her time to get up.
That was pretty fortunate. Skyview got the timeout before the tie-up. That's the old rule of the coach being able to call the timeout from the bench. That's tough.
And a sloppy play from Kaz Parks that nearly ended up in an opportunity, and the Eagles would have had plenty of time to score had they had gotten the timeout.
So 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Skyview can inbound and get a good look. Next foul is going to send Skyview into the double bonus. So this is critical for the Eagles to get a stop here.
Well, the Storm could really use a bucket here to ice the game, potentially. A 1-point lead is a very thin hold so far on this game. Down low is McPherson, and Anthony can't get the foul. Shot clock violation before the Eagles get the ball, and a lot of contact in a very short amount of time between both teams. No call on either end except for a shot clock violation. Michele guarded by Hendricks. Martin taking it up the floor. Martin with 25 seconds left to go, no shot clock. Martin to Johnson Brown. Johnson Brown Over to Martin. Fade and a foul. 12.6 seconds left to go in this basketball game, and Martin has been fouled.
He's got a chance to give Hudson's Bay the lead back.
Definitely a significant amount of contact there. Her last trip to the line ended up 0-2. Rare one for her here. She shoots. And it's a tie game. Martin has a chance to take the lead here and could put the Storm in a tough position. Free throws in and out. It remains a tie game. She gets the ball, scores, and she gets her own rebound.
They haven't started the clock.
Not started.
Oh my goodness.
Skyview tries to push it up the floor. The clock did not move. Kaz Parks was able to get it halfway up the floor, but the clock only ticked off 1 second.
The clock didn't move from the missed free throw. There should be about
4 seconds?
Yes,
6 seconds,
5. Yep, I agree. That's very fortunate for Skyview because this game should be really a wrap for the Eagles.
And Jadia Martin came out of nowhere to get that rebound and just a missed box out assignment by somebody on Skyview. We'll take a look at that play again as she was able to get down that left side. Hendricks had the ball go right off her hands, and 2-point lead for the Eagles on their home floor. Up until late into this fourth quarter, about 4 minutes to go, the Skyview Storm had managed to keep a 10-point or more lead for most of the game.
Yep.
But that has completely changed here. So 10 seconds has been moved onto the clock. Still a very gracious amount of time. Layup from McPherson. Rebound by Grossbeck, but it's tied up. As Powell gets the ball, 5.8 seconds, and Bay has the basketball.
Another timeout.
So another timeout as Skyview misses that layup there. A really key layup that could have ended up tying this game and potentially putting them in overtime. There's not a lot of time left to really do much. Assuming that best case scenario, the Skyview Storm could steal it, not a lot of time to score, or if they end up fouling, which is likely, there's a potential 2 free throws that go up and they have to get it all the way back down the floor.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough. They've got to pretty much put all their eggs into the steal the inbound pass basket to have a chance here. Or maybe draw an offensive foul.
So the Eagles will take it in again once more. So another buzzer goes off. No whistle, and 2 seconds tick off the clock. Martin is fouled. That was an odd turn of events there. The buzzer went off, but there was no whistle or no indication to stop the game.
Yeah, and Skyview stopped. That cost him a few seconds.
Jadia Martin decides to quiet the crowd on the other end. Misses the free throw regardless, though.
Well, we know what Bay is going to be doing in practice tomorrow.
She gets the second. 2.7 seconds. Parks can't get it off in time, and that's the game right there. Eagles take it by 3. As Skyview, a 4A team that up until tonight was 4-1, only losing to the state title winning 2A Washougal Panthers, falls tonight to the Hudson's Bay Eagles. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from that second half, most of them consisting of none other than Jadia Martin.
She did a great job in the second half. Hitting some big baskets, tough baskets.
And there's a block from her there. Parks with one of her few threes of the night.
Another bucket from Jadia.
And a little hook shot from Hendricks and one. There's Anthony and one. And then the scoop layup from Johnson Brown. Martin with the pull up. And Ballard coming in big. A nice bounce pass there. Probably, as you said, one of the nicest plays of the game, but just there were too few of them for the Storm. And Anthony on that and one. Martin, this is the big play right here on that put back to put the Eagles up by 2 to the point where the Storm were just not able to score again and come back.
Game winner.
So, game over, as both of these teams will be heading into tournament play going into the break. An excellent game tonight. We wish you a happy holidays from VPS Game Time. I'm Jordan Ryan, on hand with Julie Pagel. Thank you and have a good night.